Chapter 4, Section 22. Outlier Detection by Shrinkage Covariance Matrix, Part 1. To fully understand the benefits of using a shrinkage covariance matrix, let's review the concept of Mahalanobis distance and its characteristics. The Mahalanobis distance measures the standardized distance between the data point and the center of the data, with adjustments for correlations among variables. Observations with large Mahalanobis distances are potential outliers. As we can see in this formula, the covariance matrix is an important component for calculating Mahalanobis distance. In the context of shrinkage, we often call the usual covariance matrix as sample covariance matrix. The term sample covariance matrix typically refers to the covariance matrix calculated from a sample of data. In the context of shrinkage covariance estimation, the term sample covariance matrix is used primarily because we are often dealing with sample data, and shrinkage techniques are usually applied to improve the estimation when the true population covariance matrix is unknown. The sample covariance matrix can be calculated by this formula. Here, n refers to the number of observations. Each xi represents an observation, and x bar is the sample mean. We use n-1 in the denominator instead of n because the covariance matrix is an estimate based on sample data. This correction ensures the estimator is unbiased, similar to how we compute the unbiased variance from sample data to estimate the population variance. The covariance matrix works well when the sample size is large relative to the number of variables. However, if we use high-dimensional data, we will face challenges. First, when the number of variables is larger than the sample size, the covariance matrix becomes singular, that is, it cannot be inverted. So, we cannot compute the Mahalanobis distance. Second, with small samples or noisy data, the covariance matrix may not accurately represent the true covariance structure of the data. The errors in the covariance matrix can lead to unreliable Mahalanobis distances, causing incorrect outlier detection. Third, in high-dimensional data, the eigenvalues of the covariance matrix can vary widely, and the covariance matrix may overfit the noise in the data. The concept of eigenvalues will be covered later. Here, let me explain this point by a simple example. If two variables are uncorrelated in the population, the covariance matrix should reflect this. However, with small samples, the sample covariance may show spurious correlations between these two variables. Because of these challenges, a robust estimation of the covariance matrix is necessary. By using a shrinkage covariance matrix, we can address the following problems. First, it can stabilize the covariance matrix, ensuring it remains invertible and well-conditioned. Second, it can reduce noise and estimation errors, especially in small or high-dimensional datasets. Third, it can improve the accuracy of Mahalanobis distance for detecting multivariate outliers. The shrinkage covariance matrix provides a solution to these problems by regularizing the covariance matrix and making it more reliable for outlier detection. Shrinkage is a statistical technique that improves the estimation of the covariance matrix by combining the covariance matrix with a more structured, stable target matrix, T. The shrinkage process involves pulling the covariance matrix towards the target matrix to reduce noise and improve stability. The shrinkage estimator is defined by this formula. Here, sigma shrink represents the shrinkage covariance matrix, also called shrinkage estimator. Large S is the sample covariance matrix, which reflects the data structure but may be noisy. T is a target covariance matrix, which introduces structure and stability. Lambda represents the shrinkage intensity, a weight factor that determines the balance between the covariance matrix and the target matrix. The value of lambda ranges from 0 to 1. Shrinkage intensity lambda is key to the method and is often determined using a data-driven approach such as the Ledwar-Wolff shrinkage method, which minimizes the mean squared error between the estimated covariance matrix and the true covariance matrix. The choice of the target matrix T is important for the success of shrinkage estimation. Common choices for T include identity matrix, diagonal matrix, and other structured matrices. Here, we focus on identity matrix and diagonal matrix. If we choose the identity matrix, the target matrix can be represented in this way. Here, tau is the average of the diagonal elements of the covariance matrix, and I is the identity matrix. This target matrix assumes that all variables are uncorrelated and have the same variance. It is simple, stable, and works well when little information about the covariance structure is available. If we choose a diagonal matrix, the target matrix can be represented in this way. Here, the target matrix retains the diagonal elements of the covariance matrix, that is, variances of the variables. And the off-diagonal elements are 0, meaning that we assume no covariances. This choice is less restrictive than the identity matrix, but still stable. The shrinkage intensity lambda controls the degree to which the covariance matrix is shrunk toward the target matrix. The value of lambda ranges from 0 to 1. If the sample size is large, the covariance matrix is reliable, and the shrinkage estimator relies more on the covariance matrix. In such cases, the value of shrinkage intensity is close to 0. If the sample size is small or the covariance matrix is noisy, that is, affected by outliers, the shrinkage estimator relies more on the target matrix. In such cases, the value of shrinkage intensity is close to 1. The optimal shrinkage intensity is typically estimated using methods like Ledwar-Wolff shrinkage, which minimizes the mean squared error between the true covariance matrix, sigma, and the shrinkage estimator, sigma shrink. The shrinkage intensity lambda is calculated using a data-driven method. The Ledwar-Wolff shrinkage approach is widely used because it minimizes the mean squared error between the true covariance matrix and the sigma shrink. This Ledwar-Wolff formula provides an analytical solution for lambda. Here, the variance and bias terms are estimated from the data. Var S measures the variability of the elements of the sample covariance matrix across different samples. In other words, it quantifies how much the values of the sample covariance matrix fluctuate due to sampling noise. A high variance indicates that the sample covariance matrix is unstable and unreliable as an estimator for the true covariance matrix. Bias ST quantifies the systematic difference between the sample covariance matrix and the target matrix. It represents the extent to which the sample covariance matrix consistently deviates from the target matrix in expectation. As I noted, When lambda approaches 1, the shrinkage estimator approaches the target matrix. When lambda approaches 0, the shrinkage estimator approaches the usual covariance matrix. The Ludwig-Wolf method is computationally efficient and works well for high-dimensional datasets. In the next section, we will see Python coding for outlier detection by shrinkage covariance matrix and discuss the comparison between MCD and shrinkage covariance matrix. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Your feedback is always appreciated.